Good morning, good afternoon. Hello, hello. I am Calico Kate, and I have been meaning to get these out and play with them. And it's a very cool, rainy kind of day. And I've sat way too long. It's a Sunday afternoon, and I went to church, and I came home, ate some lunch, and I've sat and I've sat and I've been cold. And finally I decided to come up here. I had a mess. I've kind of cleaning it up. I'd stripped the bed that's up here and washed the quilt and stuff. Well, they're all washed and dried and been on the line, and they're still, well, they came up the stairs. They're in the chair. I have not even put them back on the bed. And already started laying stuff on the mattress. So, I need to do that. However, I have been meaning to get out my index cards and just have a play. So, these are the kind of things I want to do. I've kind of pulled some items I can use. I've got some index cards I can play with. I've got scraps and more scraps. And so I thought, well, for a few minutes, I'd stop at your house and I'd play. So I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. I hope it's bringing all you'd like for it to today. I can't say I have been lazy this last few days, but I've not been super industrious. Tomorrow I am going to have to get out the brooms and the vacuum and do a little tidy in, my kitchen. My house is always picked up and tidied and that kind of stuff, but it's not always got, you can eat off the kitchen floor. And it's not going to be after I work in it either, but at least it won't be too awfully bad. All that picking up and forgot scissors. I still have plants, flowers I need to get out and get planted. I have some weeding. That's kind of interesting where that's had some alcohol ink. I use alcohol ink to make, I put Scotch tape on this acetate and then play with it, and I don't know why I'm doing that instead of just pulling it off and taping it. I tell you, some days my brain just doesn't work like it should. Does everybody's, if your brain always works like it should, tell me how you do it. My daughter-in-law and grandkids are in California. A girlfriend of hers loves to travel. And she and Nikki have taken a girl trip, and they have taken her eldest son and Jackson on a trip, and they've taken Emerson and Ken's daughter on a trip. I've got ink. See, I worry about myself sometimes on trips. And this time they are taking both of their children, all 5 together, to California. And they got there, they left Friday evening and drove to Des Moines. And then they flew out early yesterday morning, this Sunday. So they flew out early yesterday morning and 14 hours later hit their hotel. Because as soon as they arrived, they started seeing the sights. They've already been to the Full House, the house that the Full House was videotaped at. They've been to the Pacific Ocean. I'm trying to think where they landed, and I can't think off the top of my head. But anyway, they've spent a lot of time already sightseeing. And by the time they are done, they're going to be exhausted because Kim does not plan these trips to piddle. I mean, they go 100%. And those kids will see so much. They're going to national parks. They're spending a day at the ocean. They are going to go up into Oregon. They are going to see the Redwood Forest. I mean, those kids are getting their social studies in. And their summer hasn't even begun. School got out. But Nana's school isn't quite that exciting. But they're going to have a great time. And I am so happy they're doing it. The husbands are at home, keeping the fourth half down quite happily, I must say. Because neither of them wanted to go. Happy as can be that their kids are getting to go. Happy as can be that their wives are going. Very, very supportive. As long as they don't have to go to. My son would be happy if he never left the farm. He runs into town. He goes to work. Goes to the office, I should say. He works every day, but he isn't always required to be in the office. And he goes to like farmers' homes and stuff like that and does that kind of stuff. And pardon my reach there. And I'm not sure. I think her husband teaches, but he isn't into all the traveling. So they are quite happily staying home, taking care of the pets, and letting their wives travel with all the children for 10 days. But I am sure both wives, when they get home, are going to say, okay, you've had your peace and quiet. We're just going to bed. At least I think my daughter-in-law will be saying that. I think this needs a couple of flowers. One thing when I do these index cards, and I haven't done them, I've got two. I've got this set that I showed you, and then I've got the Rolodex kind that you know, that's still in the Rolodex. But, I just picked this one up first. No rhyme, no reason. I just did. And thought, you know, I'm going to work on that. There's that other petal. My girlfriend and I went shopping yesterday. I needed clothes. Pants, mainly, that fit. You know, it's not too hard to wear shirts that are way too big, but it is pants, you know, when they're uncomfortable. So anyway, we went shopping and she told me this story and I lost it. She still she's guidance counselor at a parochial school, one day a week. And it was the last day she was there, so she had first graders outside. And one little girl was cold and had climbed up on her lap and was just really giving her the once over and just looking at her, and she goes, you look different. And another little girl there who parents have really been strict with manners and stuff, obviously, when you hear, said, it's the sunglasses, Lily. It's the sunglasses. No, it's not her sunglasses. You have mascara on. Danny goes, yes, I always wear mascara when I come to work. No, it's not that. And just giving her the once over. And Danny goes, I feel like maybe I always look like a hag or something, the way she's looking at me. And Lily just kept saying, no, it's the sunglasses, Lily. It's the sunglasses. And then the little girl gets really up close and personal and says, no, it's not her sunglasses. She looks crumbly today. Oh, Danny and I laughed and laughed. We really liked that word, crumbly. She looks crumbly today. And so we're going to use that crumbly word now. We look crumbly because we think, as we age, that's kind of a perfect term. We look crumbly. We don't have wrinkles. We're just crumbly. But the two of us just thought that was the best term for how we feel most days. But also how we look. We look crumbly. I saw this little girl and just really liked it and thought, oh, that's not gonna work. Gotta find a plastic something to put that back on. I'm not gonna like that there. I need a button, and I know I've got buttons up here, and I need one. There they are. Pardon me. Whoops. Sorry about that. My head hit ya. I hope you're getting to do some crafting. I hope you're getting to do something you want to do, even if it's sitting, drinking a cup of coffee for a while. Everybody needs a day. Oh, kind of like that. But I need some thread or something. I wonder about a little piece of fabric in it. Ribbon? I wonder if I could get a ribbon through there. If not, I've got some thread sitting here. I just wasn't going to use it. Did my nails last night. You save a lot of money when you do your own nails, just regular nail polish. At least that's what I use. I know other people use other kinds, and save money that way too. But you know, I'm the world's worst at doing it. And they're already chipping. It's like, really? I got that gel, cover, but oh well, I'm not too worried about it because tomorrow I hope to plant flowers out, and I have a hair appointment this week and a doctor's appointment this week, and I work the gift shop at the hospital this week. And as I'm reminded often, I have time to redo them. But I do apologize if you're looking and you're going, oh my, that's not a very good job. Because it's not. I was tired when I did them. I had just gotten home from shopping and supper was over, and I was like, I need to do these, and that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. I still need something. I've got an idea. Now remember, I'm using art glitter glue, and it dries clear. I was just sure I have some Sari Silk sitting here. But this would work. I didn't plug in well, but then I'm going to hide all that. See, that's my dilemma. Maybe here on the side. This is an old tie from an old apron. Do it that way. I cut the apron up because it had holes and stuff in it. It was not. But I don't know what I did with that. Ribbon I had thought of using. I had 2 pieces and threw them over somewhere, and don't know what I did with them. Now I've got some bling here we can throw on. I'm just really going to make this pink. That's okay with me. Pink's my favorite color. I know I probably should glue some of this sticky stuff down, but for some reason I'm not today. I think I want to use, I put those over here for now. Some of my liquid pearl. Those are too peachy. Let's just use some white. Happiness depends on ourselves. We can't get married, decide to have children, or anything like that if we think they're the ones that are good, if those people are the ones to make us happy. Won't work. Jesus can make us happy. Other people cannot. They can enrich our lives, but we can't rely on them to be the ones to make us happy, in my opinion. Do I need something on this? I don't think I am. I think I'm just going to leave that like that. Now, if I don't mess those up, I'll be doing good. This next saying I pulled is shine like the whole universe. Ooh, I want to use this side. Is yours. I like to get on Pinterest and look at quotes, and I know Janet Nash, you know, always has different quotes and stuff. And I saw a few. I can't remember them, but I saw a few that were pretty cool. I think I'll decorate this first. Shine like the whole universe is yours. What do we want to put on the back? Let's get one thing I like about index cards, they're little, and it's just something you can cut and glue and decorate. This is kind of like what I just did. Let's do something different, Kathy. Duh. This is just something I haven't done. I've thought about it several times. I can't say I haven't thought of it, but I just haven't done for a while. Let's play with these. And I thought, you know, you have the stash. I want to use it. We collect the stuff. Oh, I've got that little girl. Let's use hers. Sorry, the reach. You know, it's kind of like my jewelry and like my clothes, like my shoes and all those things. You know, you got it, and then you have stuff you never wear. And I'm like, I want to wear it. So I have been. And I enjoy dressing up. I don't know about you. My girlfriend does not. You know, she's happy in her sweats and her jeans and t-shirts and all that kind of stuff. I like to dress up. And I was at a friend of mine who is 94, love her dearly. And you could walk into her house at any time and she's dressed, bracelets, her rings, everything is on. And she looks like she just got back from town. And we were talking about, you know, I commented about her always looking so nice. And she said, you know, every time I go to the bathroom, I look in the mirror and I say, now, Maxine, what could you do to make yourself look a little better today? And she said, because, you know, I'm not going to have company. I don't do it for anybody. But when I get dressed, I feel better. And I told Danny, which this friend of both of ours is one of her mother's very best friends, and her mother's going to just be 91. And I was telling her that, and she goes, you know, I'm more inclined to look in the mirror and say, Danny, what can you do to look better today? And then say, nah, not worth it. And Emerson has informed me I have time to put on makeup every day. I don't, in case you wonder. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I just think, you know, I would feel better if I had on some makeup. It's my hair I don't like to do. I don't know about all of you. And mine's just in a bob. It's not hard. But, oh, I hate to have to deal with the hair. But I do sometimes. Shine like the universe is yours. And maybe here's a little light blue. It's more of a green when I lay it down. What do I have? This is a little butterfly. God is within her. She will not fail. Got that Mother's Day, and I just clipped it on here. I thought, you know, that's a good little reminder thing. So that's what that butterfly thing is clipped on here. If you saw it and wondered, maybe a little lace. Do I want a little bit of lace? Get it going the right direction. I need wet wipes and open. But I don't want that right there on. A lady at church and I were talking. We just had the local little dance recital, a few weeks ago. And two of the girls who really shine at the dance recital live behind her. And she said she just loves that kind of stuff. And she said she always goes because she enjoys, you know, even when those two girls aren't dancing. And they really embody this little dancer and shine like the universe is yours. One of them is Jackson's age, and she is now teaching a little class. There's only, you know, maybe 2 or 3 little girls in it, but did a wonderful job with them. And, you know, I always say, you know, the earlier you can start kids public speaking, whether it's at church or 4-H or school or wherever you can get them. This does not want to glue on. Can get them to do that kind of stuff, the better, because talking to people and being able to talk to people helps you with so much in life, whether you go to college or don't go to college. You know, job interviews, you know, everybody has to do, well, I assume everybody does some kind of a job interview. And, well, maybe I've got too much glue on it now. This is where hot glue's nice. It just sticks on there. And I don't do Fabri-Tac anymore because it eats my fingernail polish off. which was real annoying when I was teaching. So I guess that's a hint. If you don't have fingernail polish and you've got Fabri-Tac, use the Fabri-Tac, will take it off. But I don't know what the problem is. But anyway, these little girls, if you can dance in front of a huge group of people, it really helps your confidence, especially dance. I can't imagine dancing in front of anybody. But kind of got that to stick. Not as well as I want it to, but I kind of got it. Kind of looking around, see if what I want to maybe add. Kind of got the blue here with it. I think I need a little glue under this. A little paste. Okay. Want something here. What do I want there? I'm going to cut off this little piece of lace that's covering the cute little girl's face. My husband came into the living room. He'd been in the den. He said, "Do you mind if I come in, turn on the TV, and take a nap?" Isn't that what we do? He's always said he gets the best sleep during races. He can turn on a car race and fall right to sleep. I said, yes, you can, because I think I'm going to go upstairs. So, but it cracked me up. This lace just isn't thrilling me. It's too wide, I believe, is the problem. I should have cut it in half. Gonna do something. Don't know what, but I'm gonna do something with that little hump. Not my favorite. Not my favorite. Now I'm going to just set it aside and maybe I'll think of something to do with it. Oh, I'll do that off screen. Have this on one side. But I'm going to do this blank side. I can later come back and do the other if I want. That's the nice thing about these index cards. You can do more than one side. I feel like these index cards are aged, therefore everything should be distressed up. Maybe I'll go real simple with this. I just think this is pretty background. Don't think I want that. Oh, what do I want? What do I want? Oh, I was working better with glue. I'd do something fun like that. But the glue and I with fabric just aren't having much luck. See, and then if I cover it, then it's covered. I can't. Well, maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll not add much. Maybe I liked it, this pop of the green is why I'm doing this. And then I'll pop this on. Yeah, I wasn't thinking. And then, ooh, there's a little piece of lace that I just cut off. I might use. Maybe down here. With like just a little bling or something. Because I've already got a flower. I've got the little bumblebee. I will keep it simple today. And now, what else do I need? I've got that peach. This peach liquid pearls. I'm going to just add along the edge and just keep it simple. So far, I haven't messed up any that I've done so far. Which is shocking. So yeah, I think I'm just going to kind of keep that simple. I may add or may not when I put these up, but for now, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to show you, I'm going to take a minute here, and I'll just show you some of them I have already done. Oh, I didn't even think about doing some spraying on it. I'm just pulling these out, no rhyme or reason. See how I've messed those up? That's what I usually tend to do. So yeah, if you like collaging, oh, stamps. I could get some stamps out. There's one already painted. Put it back up here with the empty ones. But yeah, if you've got some index cards and maybe you've done this a while back and haven't brought it back out to play with, you might want to, but I'm going to end here. These are the 3 I've gotten done. And this one I'll work on a little more when the glue's dried to see how well it's going to hold down. And always remember, you have a purpose. Bye for now.